getting ready for the Red River, and to do it emphatically the way they did. Look, when they did finally open it up and throw the ball deep, it landed. It was a money throw. You get a touchdown out of it, and then you turn around and back it up. What happens? Your defense gets fired up, and then they get a pick six. Now you win the football game. Look, may have been just what the doctor ordered. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely what the doctor ordered, man. I mean, sometimes, man, that old saying, I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day. And this is what this was. I mean, the defense did bend, but it didn't break. And I don't know why we were trying to do this man-to-man in our defense. We weren't used to doing that, and all they was doing crossing routes. So now you have to run your D back all the way across the field, and it's just crazy, man. But this is a great win, and Auburn, man, just can't get out their own damn way. They 4 turnovers the first game, 4 turnovers the next game, and then a crucial one down the stretch and everything. So, but I'll take it. I'll take it
all day long.
Yep,
all day long.
Yep.
You know, that's just the main thing, is that you have to get that win. And I think that had you lost this football game, and you very easily could have lost this football game the way things went after that initial touchdown, which, again, I think that one of the, and I'll go ahead and say this here, I thought that Chris Mason made a really good point. And it's kind of the point that I've been making about last week, that you haven't seen Michael come into a situation and try to get it all at once. He's not doing that. He's coming in and he's playing the way that he needs to play. And he's taking it as he gets it. Very easily, Chris Mason said on the show with Chris a minute ago, with K. Chris, that, at least a couple of times he probably should have thrown an interception because he was trying to come in and do something he shouldn't be doing. He's trying to get it all back at one time. That's what you would expect from a freshman. This is not a normal freshman, folks. That's a bottom line with me. It's not a normal freshman. You have a guy right now that he just doesn't get rattled, man. He just doesn't get rattled. None of this stuff really seems to bother him that much. If you go back and look at some of his high school tape, you'll probably understand why. He never had a clean pocket there. Never. Nope. But he makes good decisions, and he's as athletic as it gets. And this, if they just get a little better, I know we've been saying this a lot, they just get a little better each week on that offensive side of the ball, the defense is going to continue doing what it's. You keep getting contributions from guys that you don't necessarily expect it from on that side.
Well, you try to minimize the mistakes, and he did. He didn't go out there and force anything. There is a tendency for him to rush out of the pocket sometimes when he don't need to, but he don't make the mistakes and everything, and that's the main thing. If we didn't make the mistakes against Tennessee, it'd have been one of those ugly games again and everything, because you don't give up those points and everything. But we don't do woulda, shoulda, coulda and everything. I just feel like this defense is going to always keep you in the ball game. You just don't need to make the mistakes and everything to help the offense and everything on the other side punish our defense and everything, man. But great win, man. Like I said, I was pissed all day because I'm sitting there calling the plays, and I'm like, what the hell are we? What are we doing? And I'm like, my wife said, babe, calm down. I'm like, but shit, this is basic. They're blitzing. They're blitzing the A and the B, and then the defensive tackles are going around trying to create a bubble that is 5-yard curls. I've been yelling this shit for the last 3-4 games. 5-yard curls is all we got to do, and it'll eliminate that blitzing stuff, man. But
you got to get them out Jason, of it, man. But they keep talking about trying to run the football, and you can't run the football if you got 8 guys in the box, and particularly you got to start running off the tackle.
They're wanting you to run.
Yeah. Is Barnes RB1?
They're wanting you to run.
He's got to be, right? He's got to be RB1 right now. Welcome into the show. That's our guy, Marcus Dent. He's got the Gridiron Insight Show, man. This is another coach. He's a 7-on-7 coach. His son is Autry Dent, the right tackle for Oklahoma. We've talked a little bit the last couple of days. Appreciate you coming in again, Marcus. We good to see you, man. And yes, they did. They needed it. They definitely needed this win. And yes, I think. Well, I don't know that he wasn't ever not RB1, but actually, Sawchuk looked okay today too. To
Yeah,
me, and this is just you guys give me your opinion. I think when Taylor Tatum's healthy, he's the only guy. He's my guy. I like
man.
Javonte a lot
When
though too. He's running with violence to his step,
he
right?
running physical,
Right.
he's the prototype SEC running back. But I think also Tatum is the SEC running back, and the only way that Sawchuk is really going to be a factor, man, you got to get him in the open space. And
Yeah.
were you surprised, Jason? Were you surprised you saw screens today?
Well,
You saw a few tight end screen pass.
it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see. I don't know about. I guess I was kind of surprised. I mean, the one thing. I mean, it's kind of weird that. Hey, coach, I'm sending you a link if you want to pop in with us. It's in your messenger. But yeah, I mean, not necessarily that I was surprised, but it's you want to see it. I wish we did see as much RPO as we did.
I
I don't
know.
see
I don't.
anything
Yeah.
good that comes out of it. Even just doing the little RPO fake, I just don't get it. And they don't seem to run it very well when they run the RPO. When you run something, a pitch or hey, you know what I saw not till the end of the game, but when he ran the speed option, I love the speed option
Yeah.
idea with Michael
If
Hawkins.
you run speed option with Michael Hawkins, that's going to be effective. That's
Yeah,
guaranteed 4 or 5 yards every time, because now you're asking a linebacker or you're asking a defensive end or the middle linebacker to cover that much ground going lateral. And that's hard to do because you don't know if he's going to pitch, you don't know if he's going to keep it. So you can't really just go full throttle and try to lay one of them out. So great play call, man. But it's just he's not consistent. And I'm be honest, I think we need an OC,
yeah.
a real OC that can call plays, man, when we need to call the plays.
I agree. I agree. I think you kind of have to. I think you kind of have to. And look, I think it's pretty clear that he's there on him and Joe John are both on till
Yeah.
the end of the year,
Interviews.
job interviews. I think that's what's going to happen, and that's fair. Um, hey Marcus, I sent you a link as well if you want to pop in with us for a few minutes. I don't know if you're there in Auburn, if you even can, but just if you want to hop on.
Yeah,
Um,
Stevie G got a good point. How about we stop shotgun on our own end zone? I do not like that whatsoever, man.
yeah,
I
but
don't. I mean,
well, at least it wasn't an RPO with that out of the
true,
shotgun there.
true.
He got out of there. I mean, he got yardage out of that. So it wasn't exactly the same. And you know what you noticed there? They got into the play, they got into the set quick enough that they could read what they were doing and make adjustments to the
Yep,
protection,
yep,
which you're actually seeing him do, that he's getting there and making those protection changes. And this is again a freshman,
yeah. No, he.
you know.
I love the way that he took command of the offense and everything line, going up there and calling the audibles, letting the guys know who to blitz. I mean, where the blitz coming from, who to pick up. Coming from a young quarterback, man, that's very impressive because hate to say it, and I don't want to beat a dead horse where it's down, but I never saw Jackson do that. Go up to the offensive line and tell them where the blitz is coming from and this and that. So, uh,
Yeah.
great upside
I don't know
with
that he knew. I
Hawkins.
don't know that he knew. I think he was so confused by the time it was all over with and lacking confidence that I don't know that he.
Did you see him on the
Eh,
sideline today?
Hey man, he was engaged.
Yeah,
He was engaged,
every
trying to
time.
help.
Yeah,
Hey, you
yep,
know what? He was being a good teammate. I give
yeah.
Jackson Arnold big props for that. Big
I'm
props for that.
I'm I'm hoping that Michael
The
don't get hurt,
anti
man.
Spencer Rattler, I would call him.
Yeah, because Michael is diving and jumping in the end zone, man, and I'm
Bro.
hoping that he don't get hurt trying to do that. But it's you know someone's going to tell him, you can't keep leaving your feet trying to dive in the end zone. I mean, I know that
Yeah,
competitive that competitive in you is telling you that you can run through that person. This is not high school no more. this
that's
is
true.
this is college, and these big boys, man, they pack a wallet.
No doubt. No
Uh,
doubt. And it's a little scary, but listen. Here's the one thing you know about athletes: you got to let them play. You got to let them go
Yeah,
do their thing. And if you try
yeah.
to limit who they are and what they're doing,
They won't play the same, man. I
yeah,
got
you
you.
won't get the same thing out of them. And look, man, not like you could tell a kid like that to stop doing it. You couldn't stop Kyler or Baker or anybody else from doing it either.
Here's the thing: do you really want to?
Nope.
I mean,
No, because
we
you
know
want him
about
to be who
injuries.
he is.
Really, yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
like, he's more aware of what's going on around him. You know, if you go back and watch some of his high school film, there was moves that he made tonight, even that it was like, how the hell did he do that and not get crushed? And you know, he's just slip a tackle just enough to where it didn't. You know, he might still get tackled, but he wasn't taking big hits. Now the somersault, you know, the helicopter thing, that's 2 weeks in a row, but it didn't look like he
Yeah.
really landed that hard. He took a couple of
No.
pretty good pops, but it wasn't as bad as it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Okay, yeah, anytime, man. But you can pop on with us anytime. I just thought I'd toss you a link just in case you wanted to pop in for a minute.
Yeah.
I think that he has been, but yes, I think Jackson's being a good teammate, and I think that that's what you have to do if you're Jackson Arnold. Look,
Yeah.
you never know when your number's going to get called again. What you have to do, and we talked about this last week. You got to get ready to next time you get your opportunity to go in there and show it. And I think that, look, man, the pressure's off of him right now. It can't be a bad thing, right? It can't be a bad thing.
No.
So
well, here's the thing: he threw the ball 15 times, which I would have loved to see him throw the ball a little bit more. But 10 or 15 is not a bad day. And some of those and everything, it could have been a better day if we didn't get the penalties on the pass interference and things like that. So if we clean some things up, man, the offense did look pretty good today. But it's only gonna get better with him being in the pocket. I can't really say anything real bad, man. The defense was just tired today. I know that we were talking about the defense was giving up a lot more plays than what it normally does.
An awful lot of, I
And
think
even
you said
Brent,
something about it earlier. Is like, why are we in so much man right here when it's not
we've
conducive?
never ran man, and you know, so
It's not really what BV
but
does the best either.
no, but I'm gonna tell you this, and you can say what you want to say. If anybody is not double teaming R. Mason Thomas, it's a sack. You better double team.
Bro,
That dude is a
the law
beast,
firm
man.
is he's a juggernaut, man. And here's the other one, Trace Ford. The dude's healthy,
Dude,
bro. Trace is making
just sad, man.
plays.
It's just sad, man, that we don't have our receivers, man, because this is the third team I done saw that don't respect the receivers, and they're loading the box and they're forcing us. Because if you
This is why
blitz, you can
this is
only
the
you can
concern
only
that
do
I
dink
have.
and dunks.
Look, I'm not trying to sit here and just shit on these guys. I don't want to, but I gotta say, 10 to 50, really 15 fucking passes when they're loading the box like that, begging you to throw it.
Yeah, dude.
And I know, I mean, it's not like they didn't have more pass plays called. But it's like some of the stuff that it still seems like they're trying to put some of that RPO shit in there. Get it out. Just get it the fuck out. You don't have to run it.
Yeah.
You don't have to run it.
Man,
run it out of the pistol if you want. I don't care. But here's the thing: you help these offensive linemen be better by let them know what the damn play is, and they know what their job is. They don't in that way. They're not waiting to see if some guy's bursting through. And stop running at the teeth of the defense. Run off the edges. This is where you do it well. If you do that stuff, just go to what you know, Seth, because we know you know it. We know you've done well at it. Because right now, I don't see at this point, you know what? And Bob Stoops said it on his radio show yesterday. What do you got to lose? Let them go out there and do their thing. Do not limit it. Do not get conservative. Go out there and fucking play. You've got a damn Lambo. Let him freaking hit the gas. Don't have the dude driving 35.
Don't handcuff him.
You have a sports car.
Yeah, you handcuffing him, man. I mean,
can't do it.
you know that eventually, if we get down too much, he's gonna have to open it up. And I was telling you this. I was like, man, why don't he just open up the playbook? What you got to lose? You down what 21-10? Open the damn playbook up. So I don't know.
Garrett, that's a
Stephen
good
G,
call.
Coach Rick,
Little Jamel
what would
Holloway.
be your yeah?
I'm gonna tell you something too. Homegrown. Dude is fast, has an arm, puts his body out there.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get tagged as much as you think he does. He's not making stupid decisions. The thing is, not only does he not put the ball in harm's way, he doesn't look, yes, at the goal line, he does. He's when he smells the touchdown, he's gonna fucking go get it. You know what? He didn't look like he really took that much of a hit, even though it looked, the helicopter look is not something you really want your quarterback. Yeah, I mean, I hated it when Bradford did it.
Yeah.
But the truth is, he's not taking huge hits a lot of the time. He's taking a few, but most of them are when he's in the pocket. That's the ones that he's taking. It's serious. I just feel like that it's off that RPO move that nobody believes they're going to let go of.
Yeah.
And actually, he did a lot today. But it's, to me, look, I know this. I love the guy. I get what you're talking about. I understand what you're saying. We just said it a minute ago. I don't think you can limit what the kid does. I don't think that you can try to change the way he plays football because, again, if he was putting the ball in jeopardy, turning it over, he's not though. He's making plays. You need to let him go make plays. Let him go make plays. Hell, when that first play of the game, when he went 48 yards for a touchdown, didn't get touched.
Nope. Nope.
Let him go.
I think Stephen G, Sooner Legend said it best. Can we please block the A gap? I don't know how many damn teams have blitzed.
We're going to get into
the
the
A
defense
gap
here in just a second, Christopher. Yeah.
Definitely. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the third team that's done it. Tulane did it. Tennessee did it. Now Auburn did it.
Right.
When are we going to learn? Block the freaking A gap.
Right. Well, again, I think it's a and I think that Marcus would probably tell you that it's a work in progress, and you're getting these guys healthy now. You saw some things that you loved. But hey, there's another thing. You saw Hawkins getting in Hickman's ass. There's a freshman jumping on the senior's ass.
Yeah, but you need that, Jason.
You gotta have. He's a leader. That's the point. He's a leader.
Yes,
he's leading the football team
senior
from
or a sophomore. Yeah, yeah. And if I'm Brent Venables, I'd be happy. Like, hey, we get too complacent about this freshman and sophomore and senior and all this and leadership. Leadership comes in different ways. Quarterback will always be a leader, regardless of freshman, sophomore, or whatever, because he's the captain of. He makes everything go. So if you're not doing your job, yes, I'm gonna get in your ass and everything, and
especially
you should want me to.
His job to the utmost degree when not everybody else has been. And look, it's not. I'm not even blaming it on anybody at this point. When it comes to injuries, what are you gonna do?
Dude, we are injured. That list gets longer and longer.
Get a little better here and there. I mean, hey, Brendan Thompson has turned himself into a guy that can be kind of I didn't expect him to be a possession receiver. He's able to go out there and make plays on the edges, and that's not what you expect out of him. In fact, I'd love to see him going deep a little more often. But I think we all need to go. I think they all need to go deep a little more often. You got a lot of speed. If you've got anything left in that receiver room, it's speed. Was really happy to see, really happy to see some of these guys kind of starting to step up. Look, we talked about it a lot.
Hester stepped up.
JJ needed to have a game. I think Hank brought it up. A lot of guys have brought it up that he just needs to have that one game where he can get his confidence up a little bit, because he's a big body guy. He's got speed. I mean, hey, he burned that secondary guy easily and dropped it in the bucket. That was a perfect throw.
Yeah. Perfect throw.
And the line did its job on that play as well. Again, you're starting to get these things that happen. You just got to get a little more consistent with it. And I think that the longer that you have this group of guys together, and the fact that he has been throwing to these guys in practices throughout camp and everything else, and obviously for the spring too, because he wasn't a starter. So he didn't necessarily have the same he didn't have the same connection with some of these other guys. Norman, get over here and lay down. I already know what you're trying to do. Sit your butt down. He's over here trying to eat everything in the house, like shoes and hats and shit.
Mine up. I had to put Rocky outside. He can't sit down. He has to be running around.
This big knucklehead.
No, man. But these guys did play well today, and I'm happy for Hester, man, because he has dropped a few balls in the past. I think his confidence and everything kind of got shot, but I was hoping to see a lot more of Bauer Sharp tonight or today, but we didn't.
He did a good job. No, he had some big plays. He had a couple of big plays. He dropped a couple balls too, and he can't block. But that's not what you need him for.
Oh.
He had an explosive play. That's what we want.
His new name is Seth. His new name is Seth.
He called him Seth Roof. He was calling Seth Roof in the other show a minute ago. He had us crying. This shit was great. Legends, man.
I know Shorty is going crazy right now, man.
Oh, bro.
I know
they're going down 30-7. I bet they ain't talking all that shit this weekend. Yeah. So
when was the last time Georgia got spanked like this? When was the last time?
Been a while. I don't remember it. It should have been in the damn Rose Bowl in 2017.
Oh yeah,
that's where it was headed.
The holding call.
Stupid.
The holding call on Jake Roberts. Was that a holding?
No. There's a couple of little weird calls that went on today, right?
I heard they was arguing about the reps. All right.
You get some weird calls. I think they almost gave them a first down, and he was a yard and a half short of that. Stop the clock at the end of that shit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they have the runoff because that was bullshit.
Yeah. Well, home cooking. Home cooking. Home cooking and everything is what some teams do. So, because they were going to give him a first down, stop the clock and everything. So, I'm glad they moved it back and have a 10-second runoff. They were trying to let him get in the field goal range or a touchdown. So,
yeah, the 24K class is going to be a class that helps us turn the corner. Hey, that 24K class is the real deal. We've all known that for a long time, man. We've known that for a long time. This is the class that look, Venables said it when he got done with it. He said, this is my best class yet. Now, it wasn't the highest ranked one according to the recruiting services, but I think we know that now. I think it's pretty damn clear that Michael Hawkins is a damn sight better than what they had. Some people had him as a 3-star.
Dude, he's going to get better. He's going to get better as the season goes on.
Can you imagine, too? Because, again, he's not playing like a freshman. I mean, look, even seniors, you see them try to get it all back at one time a lot of times whenever something goes bad. And, look at today. Peyton Thorne immediately, I mean, he was trying to go down there and just step on OU's neck. And he played pretty good today. I'm not even taking nothing away from Peyton Thorne. He played pretty well. Made some big plays. Cam Coleman's a stud, straight up.
Dude.
Stud. Bro, that dude's a dog.
He is a stud.
Whew.
He's
killer. But I would also say that you start looking at what when he tried to make that throw, that was a stupid throw. And Kip was like, just licking his chops for that one.
I can't believe he did that.
Great job for Kip. Great job by Kip. Great job. Listen, it's time we got to shout out this defense again because, again, they bent a little bit more today than what we probably would have liked to see. But then at the end of the game, when it was time to take over, what did they do? They took over. Trace Ford. Again, the law firm. Listen, Art Mason is doing the damn thing. He's doing it. Same with and look, they asked I think Chris Mason was asking on the show a minute ago. who's really going to be the Thorpe Award winner in this secondary? Is it Billy or is it Robert Spears Jennings? Because RSJ is killing it. Killing it.
Man, that blitz, he didn't even see it coming.
He's making plays.
He didn't even see it coming. And is he a senior? Is
RSJ? No.
Is he a senior?
I think he's a junior. Yeah. I think you got another year.
They're gonna be dangerous next year, man. They're gonna be dangerous next year. I mean, this is the first year in the SEC, and everyone's trying to say, well, Oklahoma's not ready. Oklahoma is showing these teams that they can play defense.
Look, you have to. Here's the one thing I'll say: whoever this Stingray dude is, I guess you're gonna. Auburn gave the game away. Well, they do that sometimes, but it's not like Oklahoma played great the whole way either, and they were handing you the game before that. So it is what it is. And here's what I'll just say: Oklahoma needed to find a way to win this game. You can't get your first SEC win till you get your first SEC win and road win and all that stuff. You don't want to go into this break before the Red River feeling down because look, truth is you probably should have beaten Tennessee last week. Tennessee's a really good team. I'm not talking shit about them. Relax, everybody, you Vols fans. Calm down. That's not what it's a good football team.
No, they know, Jason. Shit, they know.
Come on. Truth is, Hawkins plays from the start. They probably win that game too because they dominated defensively. Look, I like Nico a lot. If he was taking his foot off the gas like they're talking about, he was trying to take his kid out of harm's way, is what Josh was doing. Because that wasn't enough lead for you to be coasting. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's the stupidest thing I've heard, by the way. In any event,
he knows BB.
You can't afford to lose another game like that. That's an important win, not just for the football team. It's important for Brent to show that he can go get this done. And don't tell me that this is a shitty win that nobody cares about when all we've heard is how hard it is to play at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Don't say they're trash now whenever it's, because, it's every week in the SEC. Doesn't matter who you play. It is what it is. So you have to get that win. And if you don't get that win, can you imagine what these next 2 weeks are going to be like? Just negative.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we needed this win. I mean, I don't care what no one says. They can sit here and say they gave it to us or we earned it or we didn't. A win is a win. I don't care how you take it.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure Ole Miss
would have give you guys so much trouble today. How come Wisconsin gave you guys so much trouble today since you won't come in here running your mouth? That SEC ready bullshit is just that bullshit. Not everybody in the SEC is as good as everybody else. We know the truth. But look, right now, Georgia's getting the shit kicked out of them. Ole Miss today, Miss today lost to first time they play a team with a pulse and Kentucky. How good are they? They're good on defense. I'm not taking anything away from them. They gave Georgia all they wanted as well. They got the hell beat out of them by South Carolina. But the truth is, Norman,
when you don't make mistakes.
And
sorry, Jason, go ahead.
No, I was just saying Ole Miss on cue gagged as we said they probably will. Do you really believe these guys are
game? They always do every year.
Yeah, and they haven't even played the good teams yet. They've played a bunch of FCS schools and Wake.
Yep.
Sooner Magic. Rough day for the Dogs. Yeah, Sean. Yeah. Didn't start off well.
Gray. Ray. That was Tennessee's Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, look, to the victor belong the spoils. They can talk all the hell they want, and until they, you get a shot at them again next year in their house. Hopefully, you return the favor if you're Oklahoma. But I'm telling you, this was a step forward for OU to win today. You got a road win in the SEC. It's supposed to be important to do it. Yeah, I think that you can easily say, yeah, Cal got him and New Mexico State got him last year. You know, I get it. But
see,
Georgia and
all those
Alabama
guys,
both
man, that
needed the
played them,
last
Jason.
second win. It was the last second win for Georgia and Bama last year. So,
yeah,
go ahead.
All those teams that came there to beat them, they didn't have their top 5 receivers out. They didn't have a decompleted line. They came in there fully healthy and beat them. Can you imagine what Oklahoma's going to look like when everyone gets back? There won't be loading the box no more because you're going to have your receivers back. I mean, just to put it like this, Deion Burks didn't even play today. Even having him back, it'd have been a major factor. So
Sure.
When I saw the injury report, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'll say we're gonna have to do some shit to really win this ball game and do some trick plays and do some things like that, because I didn't know we had that many injuries. We had a lot of injuries today.
Yep. So, Sean D, man. Hey, thank you, Sean D, for becoming a member of the Hall of Fame Mafia. I noticed that happened the other day. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you always being on the show as well. And yeah, listen, it was definitely snatching the defeat or victory from the jaws of defeat. And honestly, it felt like it was just they finally let him try to make a big play. And then once you did that, then you got and it seemed like the defense wasn't bad. It was just not its normal self today. It seemed a little, look, it's a road game. It's a road game, and you're going to go through some stuff. And I think that, be honest with you, I think the more we see Woody Washington on the field, the less impressed. He's just not the same dude as these guys that are coming up behind him. You know what I'm saying? There was a time that was the best defensive player you were going to get at Oklahoma. I love Woody. I love me some Woody. But the truth is,
Woody got to come out.
Probably ought to have Eli in there instead when Woody's in. If we're going to go small, we need to have Eli in there because he's a bad dude.
SDR Gibson out for the whole season, and he ain't coming back for no Texas game. He's SDR Burks, Anthony, and Gibson back for Texas, please. Gibson is done for the year. So
Big Bo, what's up, man? You were down there, weren't you? You're there in Auburn, aren't you? Did y'all end up making it? Hester is a dude, by the way. Hey, man, and hey, shout out to JJ. Shout out to JJ for making a big play today. And hey, sometimes you just need that one time, that one play to get your confidence back. Excited for him. And it couldn't come at a better time for Oklahoma, for sure. And so again, but I would say that this defense, though, is definitely, look, man, Trace Ford. Chris said it a minute ago. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, wherever he is, if the dude is healthy, he's very hard to stop on the edge, off the edges. The dude is the baller. Hey, you know who else we saw make a big play today? A couple of big plays. He was right around the ball a lot. Caden Woolard. I talked to his pops last week in Norman, and that was we had a great conversation. And he's been anxious, but he's been doing his job, practicing hard, and just waiting for his moment because he knows it's coming, and he knows that there's a lot of talent in that room. He almost had that sack, and he was around the ball a lot. He was definitely part of the reason that we were getting so much nice little pressure towards the end. Hey, man, that pressure meant a lot. The interception was definitely a direct result of the pressure that you were putting on Thorne at the end. What you had, R. Mason had 2 sacks again, right at the end, right in succession, too, really close to each other. Now you've got, you said, the wife was and you weren't. That's right. Gibson's definitely out for the season.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
listen,
gonna tell you,
if Nick's hurt, he's hurt, guys. If he's hurt, he's hurt. Let's not question their heart. And you know what? There's rumors out there about Nick. I don't know if they're true or not. And apparently they're coming from fairly reliable sources. If that's the case, then whatever. But look, guys, these guys, We know he got hurt. We know he got banged up, and he was one of the leaders of fall camp. We don't know for sure what's going on around there. So before you just start believing all this and everything that's been going on this week in the NIL world, Bear Alexander bouncing and the kid from Las Vegas, actually, Marcus Dent, those guys were talking about that on his show the other night. And, great conversation, by the way. I enjoyed you guys' talk about it. I would be careful about blaming players for this shit.
Yeah.
This is all of this is a result of the adults in the room.
Yeah.
I think lack of rules, lack of control, lack of whatever you want to call it, lack of doing things, just to be decent. Like the NCAA has nothing to say. So whatever happened, it's because they have zero ability to think ahead, be proactive. They're always reactive to everything. The NCAA should be gone yesterday. Period.
Wow.
But I would tell you that I know what we're ready to do. We'll just turn your back. No, relax. I don't think that that's the case. Maybe it is, but I think Nick will be back when he can be back.
I think it's when you have man.
Groin injuries do not go away easily. They don't. They're a bitch.
That's a painful situation, man, because if you come back too soon, you're going to re-aggravate it. And then you're going to be out longer. So I think you just take your time. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Uncle Lou's going crazy right now.
Oh, I bet he is. And he probably don't have power to be able to do a stream tonight, right?
No. No. They said it was a Buffalo Wild Wing. It shows a Buffalo Wild Wing logo on his page.
Yeah,
he has power.
He knows he's gonna get his ass whipped. He knows what he's gonna have to deal with. He already don't like the audience that much. Uncle Lou's a trip. He talks a lot of shit though.
Well, here's the thing, man, is that everybody has this perception about Oklahoma, and they're judging Oklahoma by the last game. No one wants to sit there and say we have major key players out since the first game, and we're still 4-1. So if we're 4-1 right now with major people out, imagine when those guys come back, how we're going to be, so, and especially with Michael Hawkins as quarterback.
Yeah. Michael Hawkins is a different dude, man. There's just no two ways around. We knew when Caleb Williams became the quarterback that it was a different dude, period.
Yeah.
You could win with the other guy. You can really win with this one. And when you get him healthy, and he makes it to where your line doesn't have to be perfect. We talked about this the other day. Jalen Hurts was the same kind of guy. Obviously, Kyler was the same kind of guy. Baker was the same kind of guy. He didn't have that kind of speed, but he was better moving out of the pocket anyway, being a stud. He's that dude that was always really good at everything. The intramural king was Baker, right? Always playing, just a competitor, and if it turns into a schoolyard game, he's gonna kick your ass, and that's what he wants. That's what he wants. So those guys. I always knew those dudes. The playground games is that's when and you have to let him. But that's what I'm saying. You want to let this guy do his thing. Stop trying to limit this guy to because guess what? Just let him go play. And even Stoops said it. He's like, hey man, you gotta let these guys be who they are. And let him take some chances. The truth is, we haven't seen him put a single ball in jeopardy. Not one time has he made a decision that could have hurt the football team.
Exactly. And that's why I say
nothing that he got away with. None of that shit.
Yep.
Penalties. I don't give a shit about a grounding penalty. Don't throw an interception.
I'll take a grounding penalty over an interception any damn day.
Absolutely.
Live to fight another day.
So would everybody. So would everybody.
But we're gonna be all right, man. I think it's just some ugly things going on right now, and us as fans, we can't wrap our hands around the injuries. injuries happen in football. It's just for some reason we've got hit with the double whammy with multiple guys being out. So when we get those guys back, man, you'll start seeing this team gel and get better and get better and get better. I still think that we can get to that 9-3. I still feel like we can get there. I don't fear Missouri. I don't fear Texas. I don't fear South Carolina. But as long as we start to progress and get better,
I think
we
South
can get on the
Carolina is
road.
better than people think they are, but I
South
don't
Carolina is better than what people
They
think.
got a
man.
nice defense too. Their defense is really good.
And their quarterback's nice too. Sellers.
Yeah,
nice.
I like Lenore's. I like Lenore's too.
So we'll see, man. But like I said, I think that if I was Texas, I would leave Manning in. I would leave him in instead of I mean, if you bring a quarterback that hasn't played in 3 or 4 games, man, and he's not up to par, hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, I don't know that Manning he didn't look like he was up to par for a while today either. They struggled with Mississippi State a hell of a lot more than anybody else has. A lot more than Toledo did.
The brand has finally returned. Fuck your brand.
Fuck Texas. It's officially hate time. Fuck them.
Oh yeah. and they're gonna come in here with all this. We're gonna stomp Oklahoma. We're gonna do all this and do all that. That's gonna be another masterful defensive clinic that they're gonna put on Texas. Because what defense has Texas played yet? I think Michigan was the best defense they played so far.
Michigan, but they didn't get tested by. They faced a one-dimensional offense at that point. And really, they were trying to do stuff that they weren't really good at. And look at USC today; they were down big to Wisconsin for a while.
They scored 28 points in the third and fourth quarter, 14 in the third and 14. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Christopher Satterfield, welcome into the show. Welcome in, everybody. I'm glad everybody made it in here. If you have not hit that like button, why not?
Please hit the like button. Please hit it. Please.
Yeah, everybody's a little pissy at Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou's definitely a troll, guys. You guys know he's full of shit, right? I mean, he's cool. His show is funny. He does like to talk that shit, but this is why he has all the subs that he has, because he does it to everybody. Even does it to Georgia. He'll be dogging Georgia this week. You can bet on that.
Yeah. Did you look at the stats to see that Oklahoma is still right around that, allowing so many yards rushing? They allowed 2.9 before the game came in. They allowed 3.3 today on 43 carries.
Dude, and it looked like they were getting more. That running back was a load. He was dropping that shoulder and coming at it.
Hunter,
he was a baller, dude.
Oh,
hey, man, you got to give props to Auburn. They weren't laying down.
No. But I think
they were good. They swung. They took their swings. Swings.
Someone came in the podcast a few days ago and was talking about Auburn might not be like Tennessee, but they're more physical. And I just didn't see that today. I thought
Tennessee was pretty damn physical, bro.
Tennessee had a great game plan of just blitzing the A and B gap, and we couldn't counter that. Not even to save our life. But here's the thing, Jason. If you have all your 5 best receivers, no one's going to blitz the damn A and B gap. No one.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you got 5 returning starters that have played in this offense that you can't blitz the A and B gap. You'll be a damn fool to blitz the A and B gap when you got your best receivers, all 5 of them back. So that's what I'm saying. When we get our guys back, we're going to see great progression in the offensive line because nobody's going to blitz. No one's going to blitz and everything, the A and B gap. So Michael will start being more aware of going through progression from the first, second, and third progression, and maybe the fourth, because nobody's going to blitz.
Billy Boo says, I just left Auburn. The drive home is much nicer now that we rallied. Sooner Magic, baby. Sooner Magic it was. It was great. Hey, listen. It was tough watching some of it, but I tell you what, these are the kind of things that when you do that, these are the things that change the momentum of your program. to get a win like that. And I think for everybody involved, you're not pressing as much. You believe in yourself. You believe that you're going to get it done when it matters. And you've seen them do it when they've had to. Now, and I would tell you that maybe they pulled the trigger a little quicker on JA last week. You might have won that one too. But you didn't. So you got to move on. Just keep playing. Okay, Chris said this is one of the things I thought he said the best on his show earlier. It's a three at a time. We got to look at these 3-game blocks and look at it in terms of, hey, we want to go 2-1 at the worst for these next two. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I think that you're going to be able to get that done. You need to go and look. We know that Oklahoma can beat Texas. It happens almost all the time. So the truth is, I believe that you're going to beat Texas. They're going to sit there and tell you that they don't. Well, of course, that's what they say. They're number one. Yeah. Jeff Ketchum's telling everybody how Jeff Ketchum, what a clown, telling everybody how Michael Fasusi's about to flip to Texas and shit like that on his show yesterday. It was a total bullshit. Total bullshit. Well, but this is what they're doing, and I get it. I don't even blame them. I think it's funny. In the end, they do all that stuff hoping that it actually works because that you can because you know that if they're recruiting close to what you are, Texas, we're gonna kick your ass because this is how it is.
Man, look. That defense
is not as good as last year's team. We know that. Not as good as last year's team.
Yeah.
And you couldn't beat Oklahoma then. It's about to change. It's not changing. It's not changing. It's going to be a lot of fun. And this defense is a damn sight better than the one that kicked your ass in the Red River last year at the goal line. Another goal line stand today. That was huge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Huge. Man, Alabama is dominating this game.
Dude, they got the
dominating this football game. They're just, there's nothing. Carson looks like a freshman himself right now. He's just not. They're hounding his ass. Man, these guys are good. Forced another punt. 1-0 each week.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. And they had a great return.
When's the last time I picked them to lose? Well, a couple years ago when they went 6-7, I wasn't picking them to win every week then. I can tell you that. Definitely wasn't picking them to win every week then. Oh, it did not, homegrown. You're funny. You're a funny cat, dude. The fat version and dumb. Fucking weird fucker. He says such stupid stuff is all. It just it's funny more than anything, but it's comical the stuff that he tries to say. Now see, this sounds like Ketch right here. Got exposed today. Exposed to what? Exposed to what? They gave up 21. Silly talk.
Now, here's the thing, Jason. Take this into consideration. Let's say Alabama puts on 21 more points and this game gets in the 50s. How far will Georgia drop?
I mean,
they love the SEC.
They may not be as good as Alabama. And first of all, they're in Tuscaloosa. I think that we talked about this on High Top this morning, and he was asking who's got more pressure. I think all of us said it was Kirby Smart because, to be honest with you, he's had a Nick Saban problem. He did not want this to turn into an Alabama problem for him. This makes him what? This will make him 1-7?
I think
against Bama. And well, with Saban, he was 1-6.
Yeah.
No, and don't get me wrong, you're in Tuscaloosa. You're not necessarily supposed to win the game.
But not get blown out.
Can't get blown out. And you're getting embarrassed here. It's just it looks kind of like it might be headed the other way a little bit, and their defense certainly isn't looking elite right now. There's Anthony Evans, another guy that was supposed to be. You think they'll to 20th Trojan fight? Are you serious, bro?
They're not going to do
What
that. They're
should you guys have brought to it?
They'll probably drop to 8 or 9.
I think no worse than 8 or 9 probably. And listen, I mean, they're getting their ass kicked, but they're also playing one of the best teams in the country. What looks like the best team in the country right now. Not for nothing.
Isn't Georgia's head coach the OC? Don't he call the plays?
No. Who? Kirby? No.
No. Alabama.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Kalen DeBoer.
I thought so. Somebody was asked who's Bama's OC. I said the head coach is.
Well, he's got an OC. I'm trying to remember his name. But he hasn't been an OC much, though.
Sean D. I don't know. Alabama can put up 50. They put up 28 in the first quarter.
Oh, man, I'm seeing Milroe doing everything really well tonight. He's throwing it well. I mean, look, I hope I can see what he's saying, that they're not going to let him put 50 up. But I don't know that you can stop it at this point. They're already at 30, and it ain't halftime yet.
They're trying to do what teams did to Oklahoma. They're blitzing the A and B gap, and he's just running outside, and they can't catch him.
Seeing all this shit about Ole Miss and Mizzou and all these other great teams that are just going to beat the shit out of Oklahoma. Come on now.
About time we get to Ole Miss.
How much do we believe in Lane today? Losing at home to Kentucky. Kentucky don't have an offense either. If Carson stops throwing picks, that is. Yeah, I get it. Sean D ain't. I feel you, man. Ole Miss Diggity, they're soft. Norman.
Hey, homegrown. They were in the 12 personnel most of the day. So they had to come out of the 12 personnel when they got down. And then that's when R. Mason Thomas went crazy. So to answer your question, when they blitzed, they got burnt because they was in the 12 personnel. So they had to come out of that 12 personnel when Oklahoma took the lead, and they had to score a touchdown. So they had to go to spread formation, and that's when we started sacking them. So that's what happened. I can't lie when the Sooners was down. No, I think Lane might be gone after this year. If that job comes open in Florida, he gone.
If the job comes open in Florida, he gone.
Well,
he's already gone. Shit was already happening.
Well,
Lane. What is old SEC Mike calls him? Lane Whiffin.
Lane Whiffin.
Yeah.
Does
R. Mason Thomas just go beast mode every? Well, that's when they start playing.
Yeah.
Hey, I would say this too. Hey, man, start putting these guys in earlier.
Well, no, Jason, they was in the 12 personnel, and they're leaving in the extra chip block to block them, and that's why it's taking a little bit longer for us to get to them. And they're doing cross routes. Now the D-backs have to run all the way across the field. That's a long run. But now that you don't have to chip block, he'll get there in time. I mean, so these guys been blitzing him all day, and they've been getting there.
And yeah, and don't get me wrong, Kentucky, they always play good defense. We know they're going to be fundamentally sound playing for Stoops. We get that. They're going to definitely play defense. They should not have beaten Ole Miss at the freaking Grove. That shit should not be happening. When you went all in on all these guys, defensive side of the ball, you've got a third-year quarterback. I mean, look, Kentucky has a guy that hadn't fucking played quarterback, even though he was a 5-star. He hadn't been able to get on the damn field when he was in Georgia. No, I know a lot of Georgia fans that don't think a ton of him. They came out and got it done. And again, I think styles make fights. I think some of those things happen. These things are gonna happen from time to time. I think that had a lot to do with shit, man. I don't know, man. Auburn is always gonna have some players, but When you get it going in a certain way, it's just not good. But this is the whole point is how really sure are you that they can beat South Carolina in a week or two? How really sure are you that they can beat Oklahoma a couple of weeks after that? Because I'm not. Same with Missouri. They overtime to beat Vandy. And I know Vandy's a little better than normal. It's still Vandy, folks.
Yeah.
It's still Vandy.
Man, Carson Beck looked terrible. 9 of 20.
Yeah, he's not playing very good. He hasn't played very great though. I mean, he hadn't had any interceptions or any turnovers, but they haven't been doing much offensively. That's why Kentucky was in it with them, because they just couldn't get anything going. And if you think about the first half against Clemson, it was 6-3.
Damn.
They really haven't done anything offensively except against whoever that second game of the season was against. I think everybody's going to have their hands full with Kentucky. I would welcome that one. Christopher Satterfield. Cam Coleman is a stud, straight stud. So do you guys feel like does this loss, I mean, because now you've had a couple of games that you were pretty close in, if you're in he's throwing players under the bus. I haven't heard anything that's been said from Hugh today, but he did not look happy when I think it was just for he had to call a timeout before there was a delay of game. He was pissed at Peyton Thorne, and he's been kind of dogging him all week. I'm kind of wondering if this didn't tip him over, him over and make him kind of really put him on the hot seat. Now this is year 2. But we know Auburn doesn't have a ton of patience, especially when they're watching this shit right now, watching Alabama beat the brakes off of freaking Georgia.
Man,
it's gonna make their day really shitty. It'll make their day really shitty.
I'm trying to look and see, does Tennessee play South Carolina again?
I don't know.
Because
let me.
South Carolina,
I've got the schedule right here.
I was looking too.
I can pull the whole thing up over this for the whole screen.
Nope, they don't play South Carolina this year.
Wow,
they got lucky.
Yeah,
that's the one. Team.
Actually, South Carolina's schedule it's tough though too. They don't have Georgia. They got Bama though. They got Oklahoma and Bama, A&M. That's actually probably the lightest schedule that South Carolina's had in a while when it comes to the SEC. And they should have beaten freaking LSU, man. Beamer's got to win that game. I would have fired.
I see Tennessee losing 2 games. 2 games. Alabama and Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Because Georgia can still put three D and three tackles on the line and play small and get pressure on them. So
Ben, I don't know if I would say they have to move up in the poll. I don't really care if they do or don't. I think sleep on them a little more and maybe give them more motivation for as far as I'm concerned. The fact is, a lot of teams lost today. They're gonna move up a little bit. At least
they'll move up back
to
where they were.
How about Okie Light just getting the shit beat out of them today?
Kansas State beat the brakes off them.
Shout out to Neilio. Shout out to Neilio and K-State for smacking mediocre Mike. And they said, "Hey, what's up with Ollie Gordon? What's going on with that dude? He ain't done shit this year."
Hey, I think that that DWI got him in trouble. He don't want to do nothing.
He hasn't been very good.
And I hate saying that, man, but he ain't done nothing all season.
Y'all see Colin Simmons say he feels like Texas is going to dominate us. I did not say that. I like it. Keep talking. They're all talking, though. They think that number 1 ranking means something.
Tennessee, Tennessee's not beating Alabama. If you're watching this, what we're watching right now.
Nope. Well, Tennessee's as good as any. I think Tennessee's pretty damn good. But their defense being as good as it is why I like them. But no, they're not beating them.
I mean, even though that game,
if they played Oklahoma again, they wouldn't beat OU either.
Even though that game's not in Tuscaloosa and everything, Alabama just looks now. Between now and then, anything could happen. But I'm just saying, from the eye test, Alabama looks damn good right now. And you know how they do things. If they continue to beat Georgia the way they're beating Georgia, it wouldn't surprise me Monday morning Alabama's number one.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't surprise me. Alabama's number one if they continue to beat Georgia the way they are.
They gave him the ball in the second half, Big Bo. They gave him the ball some in the second half, and then they were like the times that he didn't seem like he really wanted to run it after that. I know he had 75, but I'm talking about as a season overall, we hadn't really seen much out of him. And certainly not for all the shit everybody was talking about how great he was going to be this year, how he's going to lead the Pokes to the playoff. The playoff. Fucking thought just when Oklahoma left that they had it made, cruising into the playoff. I've heard them saying shit like 4 out of the next 6 years we're going to be in it. Fuck out of here. It's mediocre Mike. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Dude's a freaking bullshit.
Well,
Tennessee secondary was better than I thought it was.
They got Okie State got 2 more losses coming.
Please, it is not that good. Who's tested that? Who's tested that? Which one?
On what?
Texas second homegrown cowboy in here saying Texas secondary is very good. I don't believe it.
But they haven't
last year. They haven't been tested. We don't know. They haven't played anybody with a pulse yet.
Mississippi State was the only one that had a passing game.
And did they? They lost their quarterback and he sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. When these two teams play, it don't mean nothing when these two teams play. It really don't.
Right. I'm right in that. I would be too. You ain't wrong. I have not checked on Cody Light. Cody Light. Yeah, I haven't checked on him. No. He wasn't doing well coming into the game. I'll tell you that. He wasn't happy coming because they haven't played worth of shit all year. They got gifted a Sam Pittman special in the Arkansas game. They should have lost big. They should have lost huge. They not just lost. They should have lost huge. They were losing huge. They got doubled, tripled up in yardage and still won the damn game because of just stupidity. Crazy stuff. A little horns down in celebration of hate weeks.
The brand has finally returned. Fuck your brand.
Hey, you know who also looks good that I didn't think about this year? BYU.
Shout out to BYU. Shout out to my boy Bomber, Nathan Bomber.
BYU
Brown.
looks real good, man.
Hey,
real good.
So Roy Ball and I said this last year when I really like Kalani Sitake, man. Kalani Sitake's he's a dude.
I think he might leave.
He loves BYU. He definitely
Hold on. They said, can they get a what? Coach Rick, can we get a horns down celebration of hate? Oh, always. That's why I feel,
man. You don't even have to be hate weeks. We'll throw you a couple of them, and one of these too.
You're lucky I can't say what Coach say.
You realize,
you know what? I don't give a fuck.
That's right. That's right. Hey, BYU was picked to finish last.
I know.
They're undefeated still. They beat SMU. They beat they beat Baylor on the road today. Baylor's not that good though. But they've won some games. They beat K-State, beat the shit out of K-State last week. Now, it kind of got out. There were some weird things that happened in the game. I don't know that would have really happened. I don't think you'd probably beat them again. But here's what it is. Playing in Provo is no joke.
Man, look.
It ain't no
can't
joke. I
breathe.
was there. I watched them play Texas in Provo when I was in Vegas, still living in Vegas. I went with the guy that I used to work with. He's a big Texas fan. And I laughed because they beat the shit out of Texas. Taysom Hill broke his foot off in their ass. Taysom was a bad dude, though. They do that. Remember they beat Oklahoma and hurt Sam Bradford at the game in Dallas that year.
Yep.
BYU's not a joke.
I'm shocked, man.
That Holy War ought to be a hell of a game this year. A lot of fun.
Oh yeah. I'm shocked by Colorado, man.
I didn't have that prediction. Huh?
I'm shocked by Colorado. They beat the shit out of UCF today.
They sure did. And in the bounce house.
Beat the
all that smack that they've been talking. And man, UCF fans talk more shit than anybody. Not anybody, but pretty close.
They up there with the Mizzou.
Yeah, they even probably do a little more than most Mizzou fans do. But crazy stuff. They beat the crap out of them though. That just goes to show you though that Malzahn isn't. I think Ben G was asking though if they could do it. Hey man, Jonathan Lewis, it's a good win for you guys too. You guys are looking great. We're gonna hop off, but if you want to hit me, hey, you should pop in with me on Monday morning, or you can hit us up Tuesday night if you want to. Jonathan Lewis, thanks for coming in. Yeah, they were good though.
I'm looking forward to this Texas game.
So am I. Best game of the year.
They do this shit every year. Oh, Texas is going to do this, dude. The same thing about Tennessee. They didn't play nobody, and then that defense played his ass off that game. And you think that OU won't play their ass off against Texas, the most hated? Man, shit. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah. Hey, look. Let's not act like Texas is really the number one team in the country, because we all know that they're not.
They beat Michigan.
Whoopty shit.
And got a gift. Santa Claus came early. So
moved them. There ain't no way you're better than Ohio State. There ain't no way that you're better.
Shit,
no damn way you're better than Ohio State. There ain't no damn way you're still probably not better than Georgia. I guarantee I don't see that either. You ain't better than Oklahoma. And there ain't no damn way you're better than Bama. Nope. And we're going to find that out on 2 weeks from now. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, like it always is.
Drew,
what's up there, Ken?
The reason why we sound confident, because it's the same shit that always happens when
it happens every year. Once a year.
Every year, Texas is going to beat the brakes off of us, and then we end up winning the ball game.
Because 17 out of the last 25 times that we've played you guys, we beat your ass. That's why. 14 conference championships in 27 years of Big 12 to 4. That's why. You guys haven't done shit in that series since World War II, before World War II. Since integration of college football, you ain't dominated shit.
Drew, that's the only thing that y'all can bring up is that 49-0.
Blah. You don't get to say it anymore because you lost the last one. And we beat you by more than that years ago. So it is what it is.
But, I mean,
you hate
that's all they can say.
You hear?
That's all they can say is that 49-0.
The brand has finally returned. Fuck your brand.
They did too, Shondi. You're not wrong. A month-long bye week. That's true.
I don't even worry
They're
about
about to have to play, but they play will they play Oregon 2 weeks from now? They'll get they're gonna get a test there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the chest there.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
you
don't-
keeping receipts? Oh, good. That's good to know, Drew. I'm glad. We keep them
Man,
too.
look,
We keep
after
them
they
too. And
beat-
you know what? We hear more freaking shit from you clowns, Texas fans, in this podcast than probably anybody else. You guys, I watched 10 minutes of Catch yesterday for a good laugh. I didn't say a fucking word. Not a word. And I can't stand the dude. I would love to just sit and troll him. I don't do that shit. You guys can't stay out of my damn streams. It's all good. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like button while you're here.
Yeah.
11-1. Who's this?
Oh, I guess you're talking about Texas. They ain't going 11.
We want yours or Arch?
It don't matter. It
Don't matter. They both soft. See, here we go. It don't matter. 30 feet. Yeah. Hey,
Drew, I'm not gonna backpedal. I sure in the hell did. I was very confident in that game.
Drew, come on, man. It's a better defense than you got beat by last year, and you don't have as good a football team as you had last year. I know you guys like to think that you do. You don't. We all know better. And nobody's tested you because you haven't played nobody yet. But guess what? We've gotten tested a little bit. We're going to kick your ass like always. Because y'all are soft. 7 wins, Sark is soft.
Yes, we benched the 5-star.
You know why we benched a 5-star? Because the guy behind him's better. The guy behind him's better.
I love this, man. Sometimes you just love the smack talk. I mean, it makes the podcast get a little bit of interest.
Give Kobe McKenzie some love. We can. What's up there, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
What is that? I mean, Texas #1. We are back. Yeah, I love it that they're saying we are back. That's hilarious. This tells you what kind of fan this guy is.
Yeah,
that's like guaranteed to freaking. You guys are falling in the shitter when you say that stuff, and y'all say it every year. It's hilarious. What's up there, Rob? Good to see you, man. Oklahoma's going 11-1. That's what you think, Chandler? Oh man, I don't know about all that. I don't care who they get. I think you might get them both. Yeah, I think Garrett could be right. Could get them both.
Oh yeah, I just smiled too.
I just laugh at it. Texas. Fuck Texas. That's just how it is. Fuck them. I'd say your defense isn't amazing, and your offense is, and your coach is mid. What do you want me to say? Your offense is going to be fine. It's 7 wins, Sark. You don't have the same kind of defense that and you don't have the same offense either. You guys are screwed. It's not borderline. It's not borderline, but it is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun game. I can't wait. I don't know why I still got that schedule up there, but
no, you're fine. I wonder what the point spread is going to be.
Fun. Yeah. Are you going to the game?
I thought about going to this game, but I might not.
Oh, to Auburn, yeah, because it's right there, huh? It's not that far from where you're at.
Yeah, I was going to go, but that real bad hurricane changed a lot of things for everyone and everything, so I didn't go.
Yeah, so you kind of you guys pretty much avoided most of it. Seawalt hit me up earlier, man. They've been out of power for 2 days.
A buddy of mine, he's his son's in up in Boone at Appalachia, and they don't have power. They haven't had power in 2 days. It's bad, man. Like I said, sometimes, man, around this area, my wife is wanting to move to Florida so bad, but I don't like Florida whatsoever. It's just too many hurricanes, man. I left Oklahoma for tornadoes, and now she wants to go to Florida for hurricanes. No. So the 2 best places I've been in my life and everything. It's
I
something.
saw something on Twitter last night where there was a sheriff down there for the folks in Tampa that couldn't get out or didn't leave or whatever.
Yeah.
They were literally telling people to write their names and their next of kin in permanent marker on their skin somewhere,
Yeah.
so that when because they weren't going to live. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
That this wasn't a survivable storm. Make sure that you do all that so we can identify the bodies.
Well,
I
there
was
was
like,
one.
oh shit. And
was one
I get,
idiot.
I mean, people were getting pissy about it, but I don't think it's, I mean, if you know about Katrina, you know that that's probably a smart thing. But it's just that it tells you how nuts that shit is, man.
Well, you got one idiot governor, I ain't gonna say for what state, was talking about write your social security number on your chest. What kind of shit is that? You stupid. Just write your name and your date of birth or something, but don't. I said that when he said that, man, I went crazy. I was like, why would you want to write your social security number on your chest?
Right.
That's it is what it is.
But
no, man, I feel bad for him and everything, man. There's a lot of people out here with no power, and a lot of roads and trees down, man. It got bad out here, but not where I live. It was a little bit more out toward the ocean.
Yeah, Sean D, I think so, but apparently it was a pretty serious concussion. Maybe not. You never know how they're gonna react to him. He got hit hard, and he got hit on the second play too, because they didn't get him out. DeMarco didn't. Nobody noticed the shit. Not only that, they handed him the ball again. I thought that he had, because I didn't see
him.
Yeah, I didn't see him get hit in the head on the first play.
He was drowsy a little bit. I said, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah,
He was looking to the sideline, and
not only did they ran
a play.
They ran him the play. Even Jackson didn't know. I mean, come on, guys, come on.
Yeah,
I thought he had landed on the ball because he was holding his side when he went off. But I mean, I've been hit in the head a few times myself. I've had concussions, and sometimes, shit, you just don't know. You just don't know how you're going to react to it. So I hope he's okay. But I want him to be healthy. But yeah, I think you'd eat there too. Look, I think you eat if you hit the edges anywhere. But they hadn't done that yet much.
No.
So we'll see, man. I think the offense is going to be fine. I think you got to do what you got. You got to get a little better every week. But this defense is good enough to lead the way.
Oh yeah.
And we have not seen Michael Hawkins put the ball in jeopardy yet. Still, he didn't come in and do anything. Try to get it all back at one time against Tennessee last week. He didn't, when they got behind today, he didn't come in and do anything stupid to put the ball in jeopardy. Like I said, I will take him getting an intentional grounding, throwing it out of bounds over him throwing a pick.
Oh yeah.
And he's just yet to do it. And some of the running that he's doing, and I get it. I mean, you don't want him running too much because that's how people get hurt. Here's the thing. If you change how he is, then you're changing the way he is as a player. You're messing with his confidence. We don't need to do that. He's used to this stuff. And he's very, very good. You don't see him getting rattled. You just don't. And he's taken some hits, but he's also, I think he's minimized some of the shots too, that although other than the ones that are around the goal line, man, when he smells the goal line, man, he's going after it, which you got to love him for it. He's
Alabama's
a baller.
They're in the red zone again.
Yeah, dude, they're really good.
Well,
Jam Miller's a badass too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Shit.
I just don't understand, man, that I didn't see this coming. I really didn't see this coming, man. The way that this game is going on. Two great teams playing, man. I mean, this is some damn, I mean, and I'm happy, man. I'm looking forward to going to the Ole Miss game. I want to experience my first SEC game with Oklahoma playing.
Are you going to the Ole Miss game?
Yeah.
You're going to go to that one?
Yep. I'm definitely going to that one. We're going to drive down.
I was kind of thinking about going to LSU, but because I definitely want to go to Death Valley, but I don't know what they're going to be by that time. I've been kind of thinking the Grove, you keep hearing that's the place to go.
We're going to both. We're going to go to
Are you?
We try to make at least 2 or 3.
Me and Legend are supposed to be at the other one, for sure.
Oh man.
Well, Legend already has tickets to LSU for sure.
Well, I definitely want to go to LSU because I got family down there, but I definitely also want to go to Ole Miss. We try to catch 3 games, so the game at Auburn would have been one of them. Ole Miss would have been the second one. The third one would have been LSU. Now next year is going to be even better.
Illinois is only down 14-7 to Penn State. That was an egregious line, 17.5. You're absolutely right there, Rich. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
He sounds like he has criminal intentions. Who does? Who does, Kimberly?
I guess that guy that was talking crazy, I guess. Texas something.
The number one, the Mr. We're Back guy.
Yeah. I think everybody's going to LSU game. Everybody wants to go to that game.
I don't know, man. I saw that. I saw the way he's been working out with Schmitty and stuff. He looks like he's got a body of armor on him. He's ready to go. You going to LSU, Greg? Cool. We may need to bunch up, man, because it's
I don't mind, man. Like I said, I don't mind.
Kyle DePuis lives down there. He's our boy.
But they playing better defense now than Georgia is. They playing way better defense.
Mm-hmm. Dude, they're good at defense. You're not going to get them all night. It's just like any other time. You can't give them short fields and stuff like that with a guy like Kalen DeBoer. He's going to go for your throat.
Kimberly K, I'm being honest. That's what they were doing. They were asking people to write social security numbers on their chest. And then
oh yeah, no, yeah, they were doing it. They were talking about that with all the people that couldn't get out for the hurricane because I'd heard about stuff like that from Hurricane Katrina. I know some people from that's from NOLA and stuff that wow. But I guess it was supposed to be that bad, and they were expecting it to be that bad. Loving the adjustments. Yeah, they're back. I mean, they're still in it. It's not over.
No,
could have been over. Could have damn sure been over at 28-0. You know, I mean, it's not quite in question yet, but they can make a stop. They got them. They'll have a shot.
They're pulling Oklahoma. And they had Oklahoma down 28-0, and then we came back and lost by 10. It's the same way.
Stephen G, are you saying this or who's saying that? I think he's the reason that they're not. That's not true. That's silly shit when people say that. You guys do realize that he was the one that was telling BV the first year that he needed to back off of the players a little bit because of the working out stuff, that he needed to go a little lighter on them in certain things. Schmitty's not trying to hurt nobody. He knows what he's doing. He's been. Do you know how many Heisman Trophy winners that guy's trained? He's the best there is in this business at it. He's fine. Schmitty's all right. Look. There's a lot of people grasping a lot of damn straws over a 4-1 record. I'll tell you that much. A lot of people. It's wild, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no, that's what I know. I know that's what you're saying, Stephen G. I was just saying. Okay. I'm saying that the people that are saying that don't know shit, and it's silly talk. Remember they were saying all that shit before, but when Lincoln fired him, so he could hire the yoga instructor. Ask Ben G what he thinks of Benny Wiley, because they fired his ass from Texas too. They fired his ass from Texas too because he was soft.
Well, Jason, when BV was up here in Clemson, he would have guys get hurt too because Brent really believes in physical play during practice.
He does.
He don't believe in that.
That's part of it too. I don't know. Big Bo. Well, I may talk to him a little bit about that on Monday whenever he's on the show. If you haven't already hit the like button, guys, we've had well over
a lot.
Damn, 900 people on the stream so far. And we have. Are you guys shitting me? We got 45 likes. Come on,
man. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
It's free. It's free.
You know how we get down.
It helps us out. Come on now. Help us out. All right. No, listen, I mean, there's a lot of things that people I mean, you grasp at straws, they're 4-1, folks. And it's is it as pretty as you'd like it to be? No, but guess what? There's season left, and if you get better from week to week, which is what you try to do, you're gonna have a chance to you still have everything in front of you. But I'm gonna ask Big Mike what he thinks, because I hear from Legend that he says that he don't think they hit enough in practice. I don't know that I agree with that. I think that as the week goes on, you might need to back off of it a little bit. But I know that that's not Venables. That's not what he does. I think when you start getting a lot of injuries, maybe you should back off a little bit though from it. Hit the like button if you hate music. There you go.
I'm pretty sure he'll learn that eventually.
Yeah, I hope so.
Turn that off.
I'm glad Georgia is now showing us how we need to defend Milroe. You just got to hope and pray that you don't let him get it. You can't let him run, because he's starting to be able to throw too, man. I think you kind of have to cover him. You kind of have to do the same thing with him that you were trying to do with Nico. Have a light box, but you got to protect your edges for sure. You got to set the edges with this guy. You let him get outside of you, his ass is gone too. And he's strong too. He's a big kid. Good player. Yeah. See, there's another Texas fan saying the same shit.
Well, when they had him, we loved when they had him.
But I can remember that there were Oklahoma fans that were shitting on Smitty when he let him go, because of course Lincoln was blaming everything under the sun on him, just like he blames everybody else for all his shit.
That's just Lincoln being Lincoln.
It is. It sure is. It's never Lincoln's fault. Never, never, never. And never. All right, guys. So we've been going for about an hour and a half. And sometimes they do happen, guys. I mean, sometimes they just happen. And it's a bad luck. But to be honest with you, if you look at it, there could be positives that come of it. Number one, I think that you ended up with the right guy at quarterback that can take you to the next level. And these guys that probably weren't going to get any experience for a while as far as the receivers are concerned, now they're getting it. So you know what you get from them. And look, man, this is the beauty of that competitive depth that we all like to talk about. Take a drink and shout out to Buc-ee's. You get to test it sometimes. And you have to test it sometimes in a league like this. So it is what it is, man. They got to be. It's next man up. It's like that everywhere too. By the way, I mean, yeah. I remember South Carolina. What did they lose? Like 12 freaking offensive linemen last year, or some shit like that. It was insane. Insane. Yeah. Just, I mean, as bad as it is, as bad as it's been at Oklahoma, it ain't been like that. And they had a statue at quarterback. A statue, because Spencer can't run. Shit, that dude can't.
Appreciate that. The like.
No, we will not. I can tell you, as long as Venables is there, that ain't happening.
Did you hear the soundbite of Jerry Smith, when he went into the locker room and saw the machines, the P90 machines?
I did not. P90X Wiley.
What the fuck is this?
I can only imagine, because you know how Smitty is. Hey, big dog.
Man, he come get this shit up out of here. What the hell is this?
Bear Alexander. I mean, look, I don't know what we all know that Bear's not much sensitive. And he's not much for loyalty apparently, but whatever the thing is that's been going on there, I mean, and he's actually, I mean, you're talking about a guy in Coach Henderson that's one of the best defensive line coaches in the world. He's been coaching Aaron Donald for the last 10 years. I mean, shit. What else you need? And they've been working him up, but he had to get his weight back. Hell, he lost 25 pounds from the time he got to SC that spring until the fall was there. He wasn't even over 300 pounds his first year there. That's wild to even think about.
He wasn't used to that.
P90X, Benny Wiley, Tybo.
They believe in that speed D.
Speed D. Meth D, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. They're skinny asses. I know that. I'm good. So last year I was on The Voice of College Football, and Tim Prangley, he's a clown, by the way. But, hi, Tim, if you're out there, clown. He was trying to tell me that, oh, no, you don't know what the hell you're talking about when it comes to Benny Wiley. There's a guy, I forget the guy's name, but he called him Stick. His name is Stick. Stick's not a stick anymore. And I said, bullshit. I've heard this fucking story, bro. I know better. Stick's not a stick anymore. That's all I keep remembering from that conversation. And there was a lot to that conversation, but it was funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to get up off of here. I got to get ready to go out and take my dog out.
Me too, man. This dog, he's trying to eat the entire house, so I got to go do that too. Feed him, let him go, do all that. And wow, another turnover for Georgia. Not good, guys. Not good. Guys, we appreciate everybody coming in here. I hope you have hit that like button. We are up over, look at this. We are 10 away from 1,000 views already.
There you
and
go.
our likes got to pop up, man. Come on. We are at 60. So we're not even at 10%. So come on now. Let's get us to 10, at least to 10%. That's the right way to go, right? Appreciate everybody coming.
Love it.
Are you going on tomorrow?
Yeah, man, I got to interview Anthony Eubanks, former
interview tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you on tomorrow if you want to come on and everything, man. The former Razorback wide receiver. We're gonna talk about how he sees Oklahoma in the SEC. Then his brother's gonna be on there as well, and I'll bring you in, man, if you want to jump on and everything, man. But yeah, it'll be a great interview, man. About an hour and a half. So,
what time are you doing this? Make sure everybody knows.
7 p.m. your time.
Right? Okay.
7
yeah,
p.m. your time. 8 p.m. my time.
Probably hop in. I've got some stuff I got to get done for the other job, but happy to do it anytime. Guys, make sure you get over there and check out Coach Rick's channel. It's definitely in the description of my channel right now. If you're not already a subscriber, get over there and do that. Coach Rick's, I did send you some tags to start putting in your video tags.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, good. So yeah, start doing some of that stuff. And then again, guys, get over there and check him out. He's putting out great content all the time. I'm loving it. Appreciate you coming in and doing the post game with me, my man.
Hey, also, man, I'm enjoying this time free now. No more coaching. So today was the first day, man, where I didn't do nothing.
Congratulations, by the way, on your
man.
retirement from coaching.
I'm at the
It's a Y. Now you're Y-ing it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. They got me. We doing a lot of. We got a basketball clinic coming up for the Y. 100 kids. 100 kids, man, from U6 all the way up to U16. So we're gonna try to have the biggest basketball clinic in the state and everything, man. So we're just gonna open it up. Coaches from all over gonna come help me out and everything, man. So if you guys are in the Charlotte or metro area, man, please come on in, man, and jump on to the YMCA, man, so we can do this clinic. Other than that, man, I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying my first Saturday.
Congratulations. I know you were talking about it and you were gonna announce it and you didn't get. You ended up getting kicked that day off of you were having your internet issues. So I didn't know exactly what happened. But
well, I came back on. I came back on a few days later and announced it, man. It was something that I've been putting off, man, for months and months and months. I finally came clean and just told everybody, man, it was time for me to hang it up because health reasons and things like that, man. We don't take care of ourselves the way we're supposed to. And it was getting kind of bad. So mama said it's time to hang it up.
Hey, you gotta listen to her. She'll take care of you. And listen,
we sit here and say things, man, but nothing. I'm scared of a woman.
You're hard headed. I already know, coach. Shit, we all are. But
scared of a woman, man.
But listen, though, come on now. I'm glad you're taking care of your health. It's more important. Your health is more important. You got grandbabies, you got kids. Hey, they need you around for a little while, and your wife wants you around a little longer too. Be glad.
Oh yeah. Oh man, no, Jason, man. I mean, I'm loving it now, man. Like I said, today was a day, man, where I just stayed around the house, man, and just kicked my feet up. Had no stress, no worries, no watching film,
nothing to get done and ready for. That's awesome.
No,
That's
man. I'm enjoying it today, man. So, but yeah, I'll send you a
We're
link.
just gonna crank up that. We're gonna crank up the content. Then is what we're gonna do.
I'm here, man. I told my wife, I said, hey, Jason's gonna crank it up. I'm gonna be there with him. She was like, hey, as long as you home, she said,
We
that's
love
all I
having
worry
you,
about.
man. We love having you. Coach and I both, we were talking about it. We enjoyed the show that we did last weekend. Tuesday night, obviously, we're on.
Yeah.
Monday, I'll be back here for Rise and Shine College Football in the morning.
Okay.
That's at 10:15 Eastern time. So make sure you guys get in here and check that out. We'll jump on there with Coach Ricks tomorrow night. Coach Roy Ball will be with us on Tuesday for sure, if not sooner. But you know, we invited him tonight. He was chilling, feeling good about Notre Dame. And congratulations, Coach. Notre Dame. Hey, I was a little worried about Notre Dame in that Louisville game. That was a big win. That's a big win for them. You saw them kind of turn a corner there too. So yeah, man. Enjoying. Oh, looky here. Lincoln Pork. Oh, goody. It's always good to see Lincoln Pork in here. He's always talking shit. That's all he does. Do you have anything else to do?
Well, I know why he likes to do that, man. Sometimes, man, you need that attention.
The clown.
And you
He's the clown.
and you love it. So
I do love it. I like it.
As long as you come in here and hit the like button, you can talk crazy. Hit the like button.
Yeah, you can even hit the dislike button. It's all engagement. It don't mean shit.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Continue on. Thanks. All right, guys.
All right, man.
Appreciate
Take care, guys. I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good one.
Okay. All right, man.
All
right, guys. Make sure you get over there and check out Coach Ricks on Coach's Talk. You just put in Coach Ricks, you'll find him at pretty much everywhere. Definitely, that's his channel. It's all in the description right here. Go over there and help him out. He's not even quite to 100 yet, 100 subs, and we need to get him to 100. So let's get him there by this week. It'd be great. Yeah, I know you guys don't give a shit about Notre Dame. I get it. It's all right. You don't have to. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed the show. Hey, I appreciate all you guys for coming in, man. I really do. I know I give you guys a hard time, but I have fun with it either way. But it was a good win today, man. It's a big win for Oklahoma. Good to be able to get in there and look, and you had to pull it out, but you got it done, and that's important. So excited about that. Got to get the first one before you get a bunch of them. So good win. Michael Hawkins showed that he can handle the pressure. This defense, even though it bent a little bit, I think at times today, not too worried about it. I mean, they showed what they did at the end. So look, I think they get better every week when it comes to that stuff. Hopefully they get a little healthier over the next you got 2 weeks until the big boy, till the Red River. Cotton Bowl. Love it. Can't wait. Go do what they do out there. But hey, man, everything's still in front of this Oklahoma team. Big win today. Hope everybody's excited about it. Appreciate everybody coming in, though. Appreciate everybody coming in. Make sure you hit that like button before you get out of here if you haven't already. And we'll see you on the next one.